If time is the greatest asset of your life, why don't we spend more time managing it instead of money? Hi everyone, I'm Havan Lee, the Real Estate Supermom. I'm so excited to connect with you all on this channel where we can share tips, tricks, and techniques to help you become a supermom. A billionaire once told me, if time is the greatest asset of your life, why don't we spend more time managing it instead of money? Today episode, you're going to learn 3 different tips on how to better manage your time and hopefully gain some of it back for yourself. Isn't that cool? Well, I've been thinking about this a lot. As a mother of 2 very active children and been in a marriage for more than 16 years, I own several businesses in the past, and today all I do is real estate. Believe me, I know how difficult it is for you moms. I mean, everywhere, on your phone, social media, magazine, it's like even in the grocery line, you see good-looking women in their hot yoga pants and you're like, I barely fit in my jeans this morning. Then, you've been signing up for a different PTO function and end up with a no-show status because your boss calling you, your coworker call you, your customer call you, and you just cannot take off work. Then you ordering pizza for the 5th time this week. You feel so guilty. But hey, how can one of you be everywhere? I mean, climbing that ladder, pursuing your career, working on yourself, and serving your family hot, fresh meal and being there for them at every function? Well, time management may not solve all of your problem right away, but it's a great starting point to allow you to work in each and those area. The first tip is time blocking. When I first started to do a time blocking technique, I fell in love with it right away because it really forces you to take a step back and then ask yourself, where do I want to spend my time? I'm going to show you how I do time block. Just keep in mind it's going to be different for everyone because we all have different priorities. The first thing I do is to block out the non-negotiable time. That means unless you have an emergency come up, you are traveling out of town, or you are flying somewhere, putting out a fire, these things are going to happen. So for me, that would be, I decided to spend 1 hour every day to work on myself. And it could be you taking a walk, running, reading a book, enjoy the face mask, whatever that you want to do. For me is 5 to 6:30 in the morning. And then following that, 6:30 to 7 is family breakfast. And that happened every day. Once the kids are in school, from 8 to 4, I spend that on the company. And one of the great advantage for me being in the real estate industry for a while, I had to figure out like when would be the best time for production where we bring in an income to the company. So on Monday we call it Meeting Monday. This is when 8 to 4 where we schedule all the meeting, whether meeting with a team member, meeting with a future business partner, business relationship, or meeting with the bookkeeper to go over finances. It's all happen on Monday from 8 to 4. After that, from 4:30 to 8:30 is that family dinner time, and then prepare a meal for the rest of the week. And then 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock, I just kind of wind down and get ready for bed. So for me, that happening on Monday. Tuesday to Thursday though, is like show time, baby. It's production time. It's time to produce that income. So in the morning, things will happen the same from 5:30 to 6:30, 6:30 to 7:30, and so on. At 9 o'clock though, to about 4 o'clock is when we schedule appointments with client, customer from 4:30 to 5:30 for dinner time. And then again from 6 to 9 o'clock from Tuesday to Thursday is for production time. And sometimes I don't always have appointment during production time, and that's okay. It will allow me to pick up the phone and reconnect with some customer or client that I haven't get to talk to. On Friday, we call it Fantastic Friday, and you're gonna find out in a little bit why we call it Fantastic Friday. But on Friday, we still save about 9 to 12 o'clock for production time. And then I get an hour for lunch day with my husband. That's why I make it so fantastic. And then we always have a lot of renovation going on, so we save about 1 to 4 o'clock to kind of walk the properties, approve invoices so everyone can get paid. Another reason why it's so fantastic. I live in Houston, and this is why Time Block is so amazing. Houston is a very big city, so when you have a property from one edge of the city to another edge of the city, that traveling time feel like you're going from one country to another country. After that, we get to have dinner with our kid, and I get to work on Real Estate Supermom, where I'm recording this video for you right now. So I hope that you like this video so far. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and I hope that you will share this video with as many moms as you can and help this channel to grow. Being the first video, I know it can seem a little bit awkward, but I'm going to get better. Saturday is a little bit more laid back. We still block about 9 to 2 o'clock for production time. If it's not all booked out, it's alright. I'll catch up with my husband and watching the kid playing basketball, or maybe their BMX race. Or just call some girlfriends and do brunch time together and just have some fun. After that, I'll go back to the office and kind of complete any overdue tasks, any errands, and run for a grocery run, all that fun stuff that we do for the weekend. On Sunday is fun day, so it's all about rest and recoup and spending time with your family. So my favorite time on Sunday is to see everyone in the family get together for dinner. And that's kind of sum it up how I do Time Block. So it's all come down to be 54 hours working in the business, 24-hour family time, and then 49 hours sleeping, 7 hours working on myself, 14 hours for meal prep, 14 hours for errands, and then about 6 hours for emergency. All of that wrap up to be 168 hours. Tip number 2, use free calendar and task management tools that are accessible to you. I use Google Calendar and Asana to time block, and I'm going to show you how to do that. A lot of you probably already very familiar with Google Calendar, so I'm just briefly going to touch on it here. If you don't have the app, you can go into the App Store and download it for free. So how I'm doing time blocking in Google Calendar is fairly simple. So let me go ahead and dive in what my Tuesday look like, and hopefully that would help you see it a lot easier. This is what my week really looks like, but let's go ahead and zoom into Tuesday so that way you can see what it looks like on a day-to-day. Remember, on the very first exercise of time blocking, you already have it all written down, kind of have a good idea of where you want to spend your time. Now, with the enhancement of technology and using calendars, it's kind of helped you to stay on track. So with that being said, I go ahead and pre-block some of the time blocking on here, as you can see. Me time, family time, production time, so on and so forth. You may be wondering why there's so many different colors. Well, that really helped me to stay organized and knowing that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do in achieving the goals. So with that being said, if my family want to see me, want to go have fun, then they will be in the yellow box. If a customer or clients want to meet, want to talk about their houses, then they will be in the production time, so on and so forth. I probably will do another video deep dive on time stacking, but in this video we just wanted to keep it very simple. I hope you get the concept of using this on Google Calendar, and your goal is to make sure anything that you book and the activity that you want going to stay within that color and fill them up. Another tool that I mentioned earlier is Asana. It is a task management tool, and y'all, by far this is my favorite tool because I live in Asana. You can open a free account using an email address. I highly recommend you do that using a Gmail, and you can see why later. Our kids are even on Asana. My mom and other family members also on Asana because it's so easy to transfer notes and assign tasks, assign chores to the kid, and it's always fun to get that notification that the tasks are completed from the kids. The last tip that I'm going to share with you today is quite simple yet powerful. Are you ready for it? It is writing it down. I don't know what it is about writing it down. Maybe because of that, it's allowed it to sink in better. And then the sink in is help you to remember better. And you know how today world was so busy, let's just add this, add that to our calendar and just set a notification. And we kind of let our life being taken control by this calendar, and we just run like a showman. But once you write it down and you remember it, you don't need all this notification, and you can be more in control and be proactive of your schedule. And then it's allowed you to be quick to make decision, and then be flexible when things come up that is not in the schedule, that is really not how it's supposed to be, and you kind of move around and still make it work. I know I promised you 3 tips, but we cover a lot. It's okay if you feel overwhelmed. It's perfectly normal. I promise you, you're gonna start gaining your time and feeling so great when you apply all 3 tips. But don't let that scare you. Pick the easiest one and start on that today. And maybe incorporate one next week and the week after. I look forward to hearing more about your success. But before you leave, do me a favor. Hit that like, subscribe, and share this video with as many moms as you can to help us grow. If you're listening to us on the podcast, I highly recommend you to check out our YouTube channel for more visual examples. See you next time!